Tingles with flyby. Daily ASMR videos. Hello and welcome to our boutique tailor service, specializing in the finest suits in the world. And of course, they're extra special being made here in Tingledom. I assume you're here to, well, select a suit. Yes, obviously the care and crafting process does take some time. So this is just the initial consultation. So we will basically make out a plan for the suit that we're going to make for you. And then once we think we have it together, bring you in for a final fitting. Make any adjustments we need to at that time. And then it'll be yours forever. Well, are you ready to get started? Lovely. So I think I do have your measurements here. And just looking, yeah, they look reasonable enough, I think. Don't think there's been any sins of omission committed there. So, what is the purpose of this suit? Will you be wearing it to work or to important functions, or, just night out on the town to impress whoever you may want to have such a night with? You like a very functional suit, I see. You want it to be able to cover all those bases. Okay. Let's just start with something simple. And that's the breast area. We can have a single-breasted suit. Yeah, so basically the breast area is your chest area, really. And a single-breasted just has a single line of buttons, whereas a double-breasted suit has 2 lines of buttons. Yeah, it has a very, it's much more popular nowadays, I would say, to have a single-breasted suit. A double-breasted suit feels a little bit more formal, feels closed in, and also looks very wintry, I would say. If you're wearing it outside of winter, it can look very heavy. So you're going to go single-breasted. Okay. And so, got single-breasted. I think we'll just do a standard. So, for your slacks, we can do kind of a loose fit, a medium, or a really kind of skinny fit, depending on how much you want to show off what assets you have. Yeah, it just depends on how fitted you want it to be. We can really fit it and it would still be comfortable and suitable for occasions. Yeah, medium is a happy medium. Not too revealing, but still gives some attention to the areas you may want to have some attention to, shall we say. Okay, and then, so do you prefer to have anything under the suit? So a vest and then a jacket, or yeah, the thing that I think with a vest is the fun thing with vests is that you can kind of go crazy with them, so you can have a single suit, but if you have 5 vests, they can be a pop of color in there. You can coordinate them with your ties, and it can really tie the whole ensemble together. Yeah, it can look really, really classy, really nice, or you can kind of play it down depending on what you're doing. And then of course you have the option for wearing the suit without a vest, but sold you on the vests? Okay. So for that, do you have an idea of how many numbers, colors? Put a target of 3. Okay, we'll come back to that then once we decide on our color of the suit. Best. And then for the cuff, do you just want a standard cuff on the sleeve? It's usually just 3 small buttons. It kind of can open so you can turn up the sleeve. 3 buttons, standard cuff. Oh, other options are you don't have to have any buttons. I mean, really, we can do anything. We're making everything from scratch. You know, we could put, a little flare on the end if you wanted. You can get really creative with these things, but it may not be as suitable for all 3 of your desired activities, if that's the case. If we put a ball of, like a shawl at the bottom. Anyway, we can do anything. But we'll keep it classy for you, okay? Lining. We usually do a nice coordinated color silk lining. Unless you live somewhere really cold, then we can look at a wool lining. But usually the suit is going to be a merino wool. Unless, do you have any allergies? No, you're fine with wool. Okay, good. So silk lining. And suit is going to be our non-museled merino wool. Not scratchy at all. Oh, no, it's heavenly. I love merino wool. We don't work with anything else as far as wool goes. Okay, I think that's a good basis to start from. So then we just need to get into colors. And the thing that I like to remind with this is that a suit doesn't always have to be just a standard blue or black. Even just doing a gray suit, you can be, what am I gonna say? You can still look really classy. You can still look very dressed up, but it just allows you to stand out a bit. Sometimes you don't want to be the other black suit in a sea of black suits, if you know what I mean. Yes, definitely. So I'm personally a big fan of gray, or I'm a fan of pinstripes. So you can just mix in a little pinstripe in there. It really changes it up a bit. But if you want just classic, we can go very classic for you as well. A well-tailored black suit does look amazing on many body types. Just looking at your skin tone. If you had a color analysis, definitely recommend it. I actually wonder, you have very light coloring. I do think gray would go amazingly with your look. Black might be a bit too much contrast as well. I'm selling you on it. Good. Well, I want you to look good. Okay, so gray, and then for the lining, do you just want that to be a coordinated gray, basically match it as closely as possible? Or we can have some fun inside, you know, we could put black in there, purple, green, orange. People aren't really going to see the lining, so you can have some fun there. Yeah, I know, it can change the way you feel, so you just want to go with the gray. That's a perfectly appropriate decision, shall I say. So that gives us our colors, except for the vests. Okay. So with a gray suit and with your coloring, I'm thinking maybe some kind of lighter colored vest, like a kind of tan, beige, camel, yeah, is what I'm thinking. Because you can have the white, camel, gray, just as a really light look to it. Gives you a little bit of an earthy feel to have the camel in there as well. You're not putting up too much resistance to my ideas. That's okay. No, you're not supposed to. I am a professional, after all. So I should have some idea of what might look good. Now, other colors we could do would be a nice silver for a really kind of complementary, same look as the gray. You can have a matte and then a silver, which would be give you a bit of sheen. So that could be a really kind of toned down look in color-wise, but just give you a little bit of that shine. So we'll do silver in silk. And then, is there any other colors in particular that you're... Oh, pink does look really nice with gray. White, gray, and pink is a lovely, lovely look, just like a dusty rose, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do a dusty rose. Yeah, that'll be a really nice look, the gray and the dusty rose, and then a white shirt. And then for those, do you want us to make a tie to exactly match, or do you want it to be kind of complementary? So maybe where these will be plain, you might want a pattern that has that same color scheme. Okay, so we want the patterned ties. Lovely. Okay, so I'll draw you what I'm thinking. that's we need to discuss buttons as well. Oh, I've made this too short. This is just a quick sketch. Okay, now I need to adjust this. Because that should go, because it's going to give you the wrong impression of what it'll look like. Go up here. Sorry. This is my worst part. Like, I could show you exactly what pattern pieces we need and everything like that, but I always have such issues. And just drawing a draft of it. So for your tie, do you want a bow tie or... I actually think with a vest, a bow tie looks really nice. And then pants. Pants are pretty standard, but so this is what I'm kind of thinking for your suit. Single-breasted, you have your two sides here, bow tie, vest. So this will be a gray suit in wool. You'll have your vests in camel, silk, silver silk, and dusty rose with a coordinated pattern bow tie. You have 3 buttons on both of these. What I do want to discuss is the actual buttons themselves. So we can do just a coordinated, nice little kind of silver button. You can do the kind of antique style that has a bit of carving on them. You can just do a classic enamel button, or we can do glass buttons. There's a whole range of buttons that we can do. Or even if you want to go a little bold with the buttons, you can do some black buttons. But that won't coordinate very well with your colors. I think silver buttons could look really nice. The antique style silver. Okay. So buttons. So that's for the suit. So we'll have larger 3 buttons on the front, smaller coordinated buttons for the cuffs of the jacket. And then what here? Okay, camel. So for those, do you just, for the vest? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We may just want some unobtrusive buttons. Yep, so these will just be color coordinated plain. I am just looking at you there. I'm really thinking about a camel suit for you. I just think the color would look really good. Oh no, in addition, I'm thinking, I know you wanted just one suit, but I'm just thinking, yeah, I just think with this whole, with your color palette and your color tone, I think the camel would just look really amazing. Has a kind of beachy vibe. Yeah, it's great for, you know, going out on the beach. You kind of have a little bit of match to the sand color, and then it could go, let's see, you could use your camel vest and your dusty rose vest as well. The silver probably not as much. Only if you want it. Just a suggestion. Can even get you a little camel hat. Very slick looking. Yeah, you do want to go ahead? Okay. So we're going to do gray. So with the camel suit, do you just want camel lining, or can do kind of a sand, a little bit lighter? So still coordinated, but just a little lighter. Okay, lovely. Well, I think that's everything we need to know to get started on your suit. So it does take me about a week to get that done. So will I be looking forward to seeing you in a week? Now, who told you that? It's supposed to be a secret. Well, okay. Yes, I do have some magical powers, and I have been known from time to time to magically enhance a suit or an item of clothing. And I will admit, I wasn't planning on it for these suits, but it's been such a blast with you that you may convince me, particularly since you know my secret. I have to do something to keep you quiet, don't I? Now you have to promise not to tell anybody, okay? And I won't make you reveal who told you, but I think I have a good idea. But anyway, so the magical enhancements that I'm able to do, there are cosmetic things that we can change. So there's the kind of flawless skin enhancement, which will just make your skin just look buttery smooth, but still manly. And it's really a nice enhancement. That enhancement does transfer over well to women as well, so, you know, if a girlfriend or a lady friend or even your mother, you know, wants to borrow your jacket, that extra enhancement will be bestowed upon the wearer as well. And as good as it is with men, it's absolutely amazing with women. Just really softens and gives a little glow. It's gorgeous. Now I only do one magical enhancement per suit. It does add time because I have to prepare all of the ingredients, and some things are quite difficult, such as picking things on the full moon and that sort of thing. So I only do one per suit, but since you are getting 2 suits, you could choose one. But so that's one is the skin enhancer. Can also do a enhancement which livens up your hair color, so it doesn't alter the hair color, but it kind of gives you really subtle highlights, but it just really adds a real depth to your hair. Of course, you have gorgeous hair, so I don't think you would need that at all. Lovely hair, but that is an option. It's the hair deepener. Now, some people prefer enhancements that are, shall we say, a little more, less shallow, shall we say. So, one of the enhancements I can do is give you 1 extra space in your working memory. Now, most people average between about 10 and 15, well, usually between 8 and 12 items in their working memory. That's why phone numbers are 10 digits, is because we have a hard time remembering anything longer than that. And so it can actually make a huge difference. There's actually been studies done which show that people with extra room in their working memory are the more, basically more intelligent people, just because you are able to get more going on in your brain. So, that is something that we're able to do. Give you 1 extra slot. It only works while you're wearing the suit. But, if you have an important presentation, or if you have something where you really need to remember something, then that extra slot can really be helpful. One that's actually really popular with the gentlemen is and no one likes to admit it because sexism. I mean, to me, I think everybody should think this is awesome, which they do, but they don't like to admit it. Oh well. And that's the think like a woman enhancement. So this allows you to be really in tune with people around you emotionally. And if you ever have people who think that, you always just want to solve the problem and, you don't really understand what's going on with me and everything like that, well, this is the one for you. Then you can be the sensitive, understanding person. And this isn't just for, a love interest. This is great for dealing with even the men in your life. Like, lots of men need people to understand them. And they don't often get that sort of care from other men. And so it can actually be a really great way to craft relationships. Yeah, and it really, it's actually a bit of a learning as well. So this enhancement kind of teaches you what that mind space is like. And so you can actually kind of carry that with you when you're not wearing the suit. So it's actually one of the most popular enhancements. Yeah, I mean, I know it's probably a little bit of an outdated way to call it. We should probably just call it, think with emotional intelligence, since there are plenty of women who would really benefit from that, and plenty of men out there who probably would get very little benefit from it, just, because everybody's different. But it does seem to resonate with, the clients who feel the most benefit from it. So I haven't changed the name, but I have thought about it. So another enhancement that we have is the Fountain of Youth enhancement. So this one is a very subtle enhancement. It's not really so like a skin enhancer. It's going to be very obviously on your skin, whereas this one's a bit unpredictable in what it can be, and it'll actually target the area that you kind of need the most help in as far as aging goes. So if you had some, crazy college days back in the day where you drank way too much, if your liver is really old, then the Fountain of Youth will really focus in on that area, and you probably won't see any external benefit, but you will feel better. We've had people who are previous smokers, and it really does repair for the lungs. So it's actually really an amazing enhancement. Yeah. If you're super healthy, it can actually make you look just a little younger. It can just take a little bit of that age off your skin and everything like that. So you definitely want that one. Okay. Do you want that in the silk or the gray? Sorry, the gray or the camel? Okay, we're gonna put Fountain of Youth in the camel. Perfect combination, because if you're gonna wear a suit out to the beach and be, in Florida or something like that, Hawaii, youth and everything, amazing. So let's see. Those are the ones I usually do the most, but we have a few kind of different ones. We have the language one. So this one's a bit, so it helps you understand a foreign language, but it's a little finicky, so I have actually created it to be more specific, so it can actually only target really unknown languages. So if you just want to learn like German or French or Spanish, it doesn't work for that. But if you want to learn, like an indigenous language, like the Ghana language in Australia, or Kamilaroi, or that sort of thing, or Igbo in Nigeria, Sami, it's mainly for like the indigenous languages around the world. So it's really cool. Limited use for a lot of people, but it can help you with all those languages. So if you're, a linguist who's going to be going out into the field, into all these different areas, it can be invaluable for that. So you thinking about the working memory? Okay. So the gray, you want the working memory? Great. Okay, so let me just go over everything, make sure I have it right. So we're going to have a gray suit, gray silk lining. That one will have the 1 additional working memory slot capacity enhancement. It will have lovely antique style buttons. We'll have some lovely camel, silver, and dusty rose vests with coordinated bow ties, which will be patterned, and the buttons on the vest will just be a nice kind of blending color for that. Then we'll have a camel suit with a sand silk lining with the Fountain of Youth magical enhancement. Okay, since we doubled the suits, I do need to add a bit more time. So are you still here in 2 weeks? Oh good, you have a nice long trip here in Tingledom, that's good. So 2 weeks, come back in, we'll fit you for both of your suits, make sure the enhancements are working, and just see if there's anything else we need to add on for you there, okay? Oh, well, it's been my pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you when you're back in a couple weeks. Thank you for joining us for this week's Tingledom Tuesday. There's a new video in Tingledom every single Tuesday. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to Tingledom, be sure to hit subscribe, or else you may never find it again. I do a daily ASMR video, a different theme every day, so you can check out Map Mondays, Whisper Wednesdays, Food Fridays, and of course our Tingledom Tuesdays. Be sure to comment down below for your chance